Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. Joined as always by the magnificent Ross on
Wow,
Wrestling.
it's changed from that other word you used to say. I can't remember what it was. It was always a nice one, though.
Yes.
I'm lovely. How
I've
are
been
you?
reading thesauruses. This is the almost as impressive. I couldn't think of any positive word.
Mint.
You know when you're on a rhythm and then Ross says, yeah, and you're like, what was that? What's your name again?
Dear.
It's probably Adam, no one wrestling. So, this is Jack the Jobber, this is Maffew, this is Sparkman Water. That's how we say it up here, that's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tough. How are you doing?
Lovely, top of the world. Got
good.
18 rolls of lovely, pristine toilet roll for £3.70 from Home Bargains. £3.70. 18. I was fearing that you take a chance with these things, don't you?
Aye.
But I've had a go and it was lovely, yeah.
Because sometimes you get the cheap stuff and you go, I've saved so much money, you take it back and it's like Badger's arse.
I've been on that Asda's own. Is it called Shades from Asda? Their own brand, scented toilet paper, coconut I normally get. But I was like, I'm going to go to Home Bargains and see what I can find. £3.70, 18 rolls. I made a tower. It was really impressive.
I love how we've come so far along with this podcast. A year ago, we weren't very good, and Ross was trying to get a sponsorship from Home Bargains. And look how little has changed, basically.
Yeah, well, good now though.
Who do we get sponsored by, Jack?
Right, no one, but I've got so this last week after plugging my mate's fantasy novel, right? It's kind of opened the floodgates. I'm just going to get through these ones, and then after that, I'm not going to take any more. So please, I appreciate both these people, but please don't hit me up anymore. Anyone else?
If you want to pay money, that's different.
So if you're in the Gloucestershire area and you enjoy sort of, maybe you're a fan of Attack Pro Wrestling, they run in Gloucestershire quite a bit, in Cheltenham. Why don't you go to the Frog and Fiddle in Cheltenham, a top wrestling and music venue? Coming up, they've got Off With Their Heads, King Prawn, and a 2003's festival warm-up party all day. That's the Frog and Fiddle in Cheltenham, Gloucestershire. Also, a lad on Instagram who sings in that asked me to give him a plug as well. What?
He sings in
that. So that's Smithy Boy. Boy is spelled B-O and then 6 I's, 19. Smithy Boy, 19. 6 I's. Frog and Fiddle, Smithy Boy.
He doesn't sound like he sings.
No, but he does.
Smithy Boy.
He's got videos.
He sings his name.
Jason. No, he's got videos of himself singing on Instagram and that, and he asked me to give him a plug. And so did Oliver, the man who runs the Frog and Fiddle in Cheltenham. That's in Cheltenham, Gloucestershire, England. Right. Done that now. There we go. That landed on the sea.
That was good. Well
Cheers,
done.
yeah. Good.
Almost as good basketball as...
Oh, no! That video hurt my soul.
Wasn't it great?
No!
Oh.
Yes, it was good comedy.
Give me a new appreciation level for basketball players.
Oh, my God.
Because honestly, me and Tom were trying there.
Oh.
It wasn't done for comedic effect.
Can I ask one thing?
People think you're saying that now.
I didn't realise that at the time I got swindled. I did.
How so?
Apparently, Tom said one went in when my back was turned. I got 3 or 4 tweets. So I've been.
Oh, you believe?
I've been screwed.
That's why I like seeing you do these things. It's written really, really hard to tell where the line ends between you and video you.
I just want to ask, because a lot of the time, both you and Tom went for the tactic of smashing it against the backboard and it would come back.
Wait, we're working year 10.
No, it would. I don't know, but I was thinking, how many times are they going to do this before thinking I should probably get more of an
I
arc
can't
on
do
it?
that malarkey, me. I haven't got the wrists.
So I messaged Tom, right? This is a shoot.
We'll get the news in a minute, don't worry.
Oh, yeah. I messaged Tom and said, right, I really want to play against you now.
Because you heard all your talking smack on here.
Because I'm channeling the energy of my own basketball nemesis, right? So I said, I'll play you. They played horse, but they had to get a moose instead of horse. I said, you have to make me spell Tom, and I have to make you spell... No. I have to make you spell Jack the Jobber, and you have to just make me spell Tom, just to even it out.
What an arsehole thing to say
No,
to somebody.
it's not, because he was crap. I watched the video. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to win, by the way. I thought you had more of a natural...
That's why I picked the sporting one, because I used to be sporty back in the day before I got really fat, and now I just realised the fatness has just taken away all physical ability from me, all coordination, all balance, everything's gone, Maffew.
People have
gone.
mentioned that you've been losing weight recently.
I've been trying, but it's not enough, clearly.
Right. Yeah, it's a path.
God.
Journey.
Existential crisis here.
Anyway, I thought you were going to win, and I was shocked. I was actually shocked when Tom won.
Tom was like, do you want to do a penalty shootout? And I was like, well, that's just not fair. He'll turn up in his bloody loafers.
What an arsehole thing to say, that is.
He would turn up in his loafers, and it would just be a rout.
What if Tom's actually quite a fox in the box?
I doubt it.
Okay. All right.
Fox the Box also playing at Gloucester with King Prawn. But I'll tell you, you say that Tom would. Everybody was a winner after watching that.
You know what Tom's reply was to my challenge?
What was it?
He proper big leagued me. He went, "Yeah, we'll see if I'm still the champion after WrestleMania, then we'll talk." Oh,
I love you, Tom.
ooh.
That's if the belt still exists. Because he takes it out of the office, doesn't he? Just damages it. Gives it to strangers.
So scared about the belt.
Just gives it to strangers.
He's going to egg it out the tinfoil right off it.
Tinted brass.
Yeah, this isn't when we used
This
to
is
have
Pakistan's finest brass you're talking about here.
This isn't when we used to have a cardboard one. This is a proper belt. It's just taking it about.
And he took it out of
Seen
the
the chocolate
office.
under the wrapper.
Took it out of
No,
the
you
office
haven't.
last year, and there was chips in it, and all sorts, and scratches and dints.
I thought you meant like using it as a bowl.
Well, he probably does.
Oh,
Who knows
swear
what
to God,
goes
that's
on
what
with
I
the
thought you
cameras?
Anyway, moving on to NXT. Now that you've all clicked off, let's talk about wrestling. NXT Takeover, if you're not from the area. Portland, apparently a really cool place. Keith Lee defeated Dominik Dijakovic in
Good
the
match.
final battle.
I think we should
So
just
they say-
sit back and let you rant after you melted Reddit for a bit.
Oh, hi.
It's always a bad sign when you go and your mate says, "Hey, someone's put your tweet on Reddit." I'm like, "Get in, cool." I came in the living room, the TV had gone, just dust where the couch was. Oh, gutted. I'll just do the results first of all. Dakota Kai defeated Tegan Knox.
Oh, we're not going to talk about the matches. Because the last one's the one that you...
Some people get their wrestling
the last
news
one,
from
the
this
last
web-
one's...
I
I'll
don't
just
know
talk
why.
briefly about... I like Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic.
Oh, I see.
That was
Okay,
good. That was a good match.
Yes, I like them doing their thing. I liked people online calling me an idiot for comparing them to Tanaka versus Awesome.
No, I get it.
I know, but
The
there's a
big
lot of-
top rope.
Lots of quote tweets from angry pro people.
Yeah, well, I've been through that before.
I get it. I get
Yeah,
it now.
thank you. Cheers.
Gatekeeping get. Dakota Kai defeated Tegan Knox in a very good match because they beat the hell out of each other. Release German suplex on the bin. Should've
Cricket
walked for the
bat.
mic there. I'm sorry, cricket bat. Doing the little dive into the bin, which Nigel McGuinness, who's usually very good, just went, "Why didn't she just kick her?"
Yeah, well, what was she meant to
why
do
didn't-
there?
Why didn't you headbutt the ring post? Why are you daft girl?
And then Raquel came out. Gonzalez.
Oh, good old
Raquel.
Raquel from the training centre. All right. Finn Balor defeated...
She was in the Mae Young Classic, the first one. I think she was the witch.
What decade was that? The first Mae Young? She was still alive at that point.
The witch?
There was a character who was a bit of a witch, wasn't she?
I don't know.
bit of a
Witch.
No, like she was like I'm a Wiccan. I've got mystical ability.
right.
I channel the.
Bit of a witch. I'm
Oh.
sure the 3 Wiccan people that watch this are thrilled with that.
Sorry. Anyway,
Hocus Pocus was a good film, wasn't it? Just off topic there.
Yeah, they love Wiccan. Finn Balor defeated Johnny Gargano in a match that went 30 bleeding
I liked
minutes.
it. That was a good match.
Lots of nice body
I thought
fit.
you would have liked it in the grand scheme of things with your hitting your top rope effinators and 100 kickouts a match. That was different. It was a different pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want this length.
Oh.
And I was speaking of length,
Finn
Finn Balor
Balor.
was in the
Hey.
match, draping his luscious thigh on Johnny Gargano's head as he did push-ups to show what a manly man was. As the camera zoomed in on his ass. Okay, like I said, it wasn't a bad match, but
That was a good match.
Rhea Ripley defeated Bianca Belair.
Good match.
And some people say that the women in NXT get the short stick when it comes to time. I'm actually thankful they got a quicker than usual match. It was all about her avoiding the riptide.
Yeah.
She was able to avoid it for most of the match. She had a crazy backdrop, which made me go, watch it alone by myself.
Oh, yeah.
She was shocked by that, though, wasn't
The
she, when she
vertical
got up?
backdrop.
I'm
Oh,
alive.
Charlotte came out after and beat them up. Well, beat up Rhea, and then as she was leaving, thought, I'll do you as well.
Yeah.
That might come back to bite her, I think.
I
Oh.
can only hope.
I think she's going to rock up on Raw. I think we'll get onto it later. but she did
Bianca?
that- Yeah. Did that promo, didn't she?
She
On
did.
the wrestling show.
On the wrestling show.
Aye.
With the show,
Said
not
them,
this show, obviously.
said them words.
The Broserweights defeated Undisputed Era.
Good
Somehow
match.
able to find the arena. That was nice. Lots of no-selling. And Adam Cole
Oh, it was a
defeated...
good match. But
And Adam Cole defeated Tommaso Ciampa, but it was at this point I absolutely gave up the tag thing. And again, my tweet got misunderstood and understood by 50-50, so I'll say it clearer. So it could be misunderstood again, because I'm not very clear at concise my points, but I'm good at a half-decent tweet. The match styles that we see nowadays, predominantly in NXT, and also in AEW and Raw and everywhere else, basically, like I describe as like Greek music. Starts off slow and then builds to a climax and plates get smashed everywhere. And that works. But when you have a card that is mostly the same match structure, when you know, oh my God, after the top rope Effinator, how can he kick out? And he kicks out, you go, I knew he was going to kick out. because you're doing it exactly like the other matches.
I get your
So
point.
that was my point. It's not like, well, how can you like Lee versus Dijakovic when they're just no-selling everything? I'm like, yeah, I like some of it, but not an entire card of the exact same type. So
I watched TakeOver after your tweets. I was like, thinking, that's safe Maffews. I agree with Maffew here. And it was just the Cole kickouts towards the end.
Yeah.
I was completely done in that match.
That was the tipping point for me. I got all the way through without thinking, it's good. It's not really bothering me, that like your point. But then when Cole and Ciampa were kicking out of everything, that's when it got to me.
And again, it's all right. These have worked on some great matches in the past when this using the kick out of everything but the shotgun to the head. You know, Gargano Ciampa worked fine because that I'll kill you feud. But we've just had this entire card. Ciampa versus Cole isn't a blood feud. It's just a match.
Well,
and you need variety in these shows, which is why I then segued it into, remember when Bobby Roode was alive?
Yeah.
And did stuff.
I do get your point. I thought it was a fantastic show, but I do agree the last match, like Ross said, was a bit too much. But then I really enjoyed the turn at the end. I know some people are sick of Gargano Ciampa, but I love the tune. But I'm looking forward to the fourth match between them. I think that'll be really good. There will be a lot of kickouts in that though, as well.
Yeah, there will be 3 matches announced because their match will go an hour and a half. But yeah, so
by the way, are you on Ciampa's side? I'm on Gargano's side.
why you on Gargano's side?
Because Ciampa was a dick to him first, and he's just got revenge.
Made up, didn't they?
Yeah,
In a weird way.
They said, yeah, well, good. They shook hands, they hugged.
He spat on his wedding ring and threw it away.
That was
Vince McMahon put an end to that, man.
Yeah, he did.
Your best pals now.
Nah, I'm Team Johnny, me.
all right, but apart from me going meow 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 and turning into the corner online, what did you think of the show?
I really liked it, but as you say, the last match was a bit. By that point, it was
So
a bit
did you
excessive.
like the Bruiserweights match?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it when it's TakeOver. I just get lost in it. Me just sitting there thinking, oh, this is nice wrestling, isn't it? But then I was remembering your tweet, and I was like, just the end. The end is when it got me. I'm struggling to speak here. I'm getting emotional.
There's also 6 matches instead of 5. There's usually 5.
Yeah, bollocks to that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that helped. Also, it should be clarified. I watch this by myself, on my own, with no one around me, which can always influence your enjoyability of a show. If I was watching this with mates and they're going, like that, absolutely. If I was there live, the crowd were going rabid. Yeah. So please do not think I'm a miserable person from that tweet.
It's just
I
an
am
opinion.
a miserable person, but not because of that.
We can
Don't be scared of making an opinion.
we can
Just
all
an opinion.
disagree and still be
I'm
friends.
always scared.
No, right.
You're not,
Coach
you're not
Speedy
Dave
Ross.
Meltzer. Oh yeah.
Nice segue.
People don't take your opinion and then wind up Baron Corbin with it, do they?
Baron Corbin, for some reason, decides that Dave Meltzer is a cancer on this industry. So obviously not one of those good cancers that actually do out, because last time I checked, wrestling's doing pretty all right. And I think
One of
some
those
really
good cancers that does something.
Well, yeah, there's a cancer on this industry that is booming. Like, well, all right. It's not how it works, but...
I'm really confused.
Well, that's what he said.
Oh,
He's a
right,
cancer,
right.
But I'm like, clearly he's not. Because
He's not being
Business is
detrimental.
doing
Yeah.
really well.
Yes.
Right, okay, right, yeah. I got
again,
you.
another
I got
great
you now.
point. Well
No,
made.
I got you.
So,
I just don't get the concept of Meltzer and his opinions, because we sometimes write here as Meltzer's stars as a news piece, and I'm thinking
I hate that.
this guy. So do I. This guy's opinion is not news, and then you go on the analytics of our website, and it's the biggest article of the bloody week.
I'd argue,
I don't get
Oh,
it.
really?
I'd
I
argue-
don't get it.
I'd argue that his opinion is news because he's such an informed voice for years and years. And I'm not saying that his opinion's always right, but it's a talking
I
point.
think anyone's-
Everyone, Meltzer's opinions. Hurry,
Yeah,
bring
it's
the
like,
children.
it is just an opinion at
It
the end of
is,
the day.
but-
Just his point of view. I can use it like I use them like a TV guide. If he gives something 5 stars, I might go, I might check that out because it must be worth watching.
So then it is.
So was he talking about Star
But no,
ratings
it's the
or just
people
him
who
in
take
general?
it as gospel and then
Corbin
just,
seemed to. Meltzer. I saw a thread on Reddit about this, and a lot of people were saying people who hate Meltzer like Corbin does seem to. It's like they don't listen to the radio show because he's very measured on that, just by his very nature. It's Alvarez who goes in on stuff and like proper says everything sucks and falls on the floor laughing when the Hell in a Cell match with Rollins and the Fiend. Meltzer's very measured, and sometimes if he doesn't really like something, he'll just go, it was an alright show or something like that. And then when people talk about Meltzer online, you get a totally different. People deliberately take things he said out of context, try and sensationalize stuff. So I don't really understand where this has come from with Corbin. I don't know.
Right, anyone who overanalyzes somebody that much on every tweet, on every typed up abbreviated comment he's made in a thing for their own tweet or wrestling website is going to be It's going to have issues and faults.
Yeah.
But again, I think who was it that Ring of Honor guy? So, I'm sorry, mate. He said a really good point. It's like, well, if WWE is able to survive all the things that's happened to it with the Benoit scandal and all this and all that, the name change, which we'll come to in a minute, and all this, and Meltzer's doing his thing, they're clearly all right. It clearly can't be that much of an issue to them.
Yeah.
But
Is it just because he doesn't like Baron Corbin?
It might be. I can imagine it's horrible if you're trying your best and it's your lifestyle and it's your whole life and everything, and then like the preeminent critic of your business doesn't like you. It's probably annoying.
if you were Meltzer, what would you do right now? Because if I was
Challenge Corbin to WrestleMania.
Match at WrestleMania weekend, yeah.
wouldn't you be like Baron Corbin with another -5s? My God, I thought I'd seen the worst Baron Corbin match last week, but he blew the scale away.
I think
Nowadays, it's not a dud anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Corbin. What a Corbin of a match we had.
I think it all came from reporting that from Meltzer reporting that Cena's rumored opponent for this year's WrestleMania is Elias, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's rubbish." And then Corbin, in the bit where he tells Alvarez who it is, he goes, "It's really underwhelming." And Alvarez goes, "Well, that's going to either be Corbin or Elias then." And Meltzer goes, "It's Elias." So it seems to have sprung from that. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wasn't that impressive a way of getting there, isn't it? How dare he?
It was a bit weird.
Depends, yeah, it just affects people in different ways, doesn't it? Criticism.
Yeah.
How weird is it? After we just had this thing about doing that and people come have a go at me on Twitter, I'm like, yeah, mate, yeah, Corbin.
Water off a duck's back in it.
That's right, water. Fizzy water. So, did you know this? This is news to me, that WWF changed their name to WWE voluntarily because they needed to spice things up.
It was a Vince McMahon changing attitude.
I've not watched this yet.
Oh,
You're talking about the ruthless aggression thing on the
Yeah,
network.
That's right,
okay.
with Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport.
So what's said?
When you give someone a floating vessel as a gift, you wrap a boat.
How long were you thinking of that one?
Well, clearly not long enough.
What was said in it then? What did they say? They said that it was a Vince decision to change.
Yeah, it was like...
It was just, well, we needed to freshen things up. Fresh lick of paint.
It was like the Monday Night Wars had been and gone. We got told that story for the millionth time, and then Vince McMahon was going to go through a change of attitude because the competition was gone. So he's thinking, oh, I'll change the name to Entertainment. And who was it saying? Entertainment? That's never good. Hogan. Entertainment? That's never going to work. But Vince did it anyway because he's brave. Basically.
For those who don't know, and this is one of the reasons why, kind of like what we just said about wrestlers going not Meltzer, because all of those people saying stuff, that's not the real news. We have the real news. We have Ryan Satan. We have the Ruthless Aggression documentary. Is that what it's called? Ruthless Aggression?
Yeah, people know what you mean.
Whatever. We have Michael Rappaport. Yeah, we know the real history. And it's like, okay.
So they didn't mention the World Wildlife Fund at all?
Yeah, because that was a European thing. That was settled with in the European courts, so we should bring it up because we're European.
No.
Until next year.
Yeah.
And then Hall of Fame rumoured.
We're still European.
I waited for someone else to say because it's all I get from Americans. Rumoured for Hall of Fame, the British Bulldog.
Fair enough.
Another famous European. JBL.
Another.
Apparently that's it.
Oh no, sorry. There was
also
two other
Jushin
rumoured.
Thunder Liger.
Liger and the
Liger
Bellas.
And the
Bellas, yeah.
Bellas.
I think all of those are probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know what else to say.
More news as
dunno.
it comes.
These haven't been confirmed. These have just been widely reported online. So
That's purely speculation.
yes, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Women's Elimination Chamber participants revealed.
What's
a
the
stunning
point?
segment where they went, "Oh, we're having a match," and that was it on Raw.
Yeah.
So, Asuka, Liv Morgan, Natalia, not winning. Ruby Riott, also not winning. Sarah Logan, not winning, and Shayna Baszler. Boy, it could be anybody.
Who's going to win? Shayna Baszler's going to win.
How many events have we got between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania?
Showdown.
Elimination Chamber. I think that might
Is
be
that it?
Maybe.
Oh, well, I was going to say maybe they might throw a little whoopsie in there and then change it back at the next pay-per-view. But if
I don't think there's a fast lane this year.
That's all right then.
Maybe not.
Just Shayna in it. What's the point?
Oh well. I don't know.
But she did say the S word on Raw.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. But also, stunning news announced today. Mansoor says that he will be wrestling at Super Showdown.
Is he going to win?
Thanks, Mansoor. Wow, we wouldn't have known.
Who's he going to wrestle this time? Did he say?
Elias. Baron Corbin.
He'll win.
That match against Cesaro.
It's good.
It was good on.
Aye.
Yeah, fair enough. But he only wrestles once a year, and it's always at Saudi Arabia.
Got a whole year
twice
to
a year.
prepare.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabian Undertaker.
Yeah, he's got a streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
What an anticlimactic way to end the news. But
No, there's more. One sec. There we go. Randy Orton's nice to Matt Riddle, sort of, on Twitter. I thought that was.
That was it.
Yeah.
The bit where he said, "I used to hate you, but I met you."
It was funny.
Now.
I thought that was news. Yeah, I thought it was good. Orton was nice to Corbin.
That was news. Randy Orton nice to somebody.
Well,
Oh no, I've got a bit of news.
Oh, good.
This might spark a bit of discussion.
Oh.
Sheamus wanted his old Too Many Limes theme back on his return. On January the 3rd, I think he came back and he wanted that theme to play. But WWE wouldn't let him because they told him it's outdated and nobody remembers it.
And I saw a comment or a reply or a tweet or something where they were like, this is from the people who've just brought MVP back.
That segment that nobody remembers.
Sheamus has to wait 5 more years, then it's all right.
Yeah.
It's an MVP logic.
Why would you not get that theme tune
I
back?
just thought it was, I mean, I do prefer his current theme to that one, but that's horses for courses, isn't
It's more menacing.
Yeah. But how... That logic is baffling.
Well, they stopped numbering WrestleMania, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because people think it's old. But
Too
it's
old.
old. That's a good thing.
That's the good thing, isn't it? The lineage.
Never mind.
Wrestling, eh?
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
Boom. See, you don't know because of the slick editing here, but it's actually been 3 hours since we did the news, so...
What are you doing for 3 hours?
We're on one.
Oh, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Hall of Fame.
Hey.
So I should just stick the script. In condescending order from last week. Oatly oat milk.
Yeah, well, of course that was
Not
gonna
just
finish
any
last.
oat milk.
No.
Get the best.
Did he get in contact with you this week?
Yeah, they said, keep our name out your mouth. P.S. Portland was awesome. You're an idiot. 14%. Summertime in general, 16%.
Yeah, I can't
Probably
believe
because no
that.
one's had a chance to enjoy any summertime with
The Storms.
Do you see that? They've got 2 of them have got names. Hurricane whatever and Storm whatever.
Kiara and Dennis.
But didn't Scotland name it like Hurricane Ball Bag? Right, that's how we should be naming these things.
Probably Storm Ball Bag.
Yeah.
They were crap
we
though,
don't
weren't
get
they, for
hurricane.
storms? I know that it was bad for Wales,
Storm
wasn't it?
Dennis was up here really quick. Were you? I was outside when that happened.
Saturday.
It was. Yeah, it was on Saturday.
Aye,
Yeah.
a couple of bins fell over, but that was it.
I went to the shop and
My bins.
I went to the shop and got drenched.
What star rating would you give Storm Dennis?
You were ring Dave.
A few too many kickouts for my liking.
Oy. But of course, the winners by a close margin of 70%. The Broserweights.
Yeah, fair enough. They've been funny, haven't they?
Yeah,
I've
been
really
funny.
enjoyed their skits, so
Yeah.
quite happy to see you win. Jack, what have you got?
No,
for
it's
this?
Ross.
That was mine.
Oh, was it?
I did the summertime.
You don't
didn't I?
usually do wrestling.
I did summertime.
I do wrestling most weeks.
He does.
Oh,
I'm going to do wrestling again this week.
Oh.
madman.
Because as we all know, Jim Ross has been getting a lot of lambasting because of his commentating on AEW, probably rightfully so, but there you go. Let's pick the man up a bit because he came out with one of my favourite quotes of all time on this week's Dynamite. Chris Statlander and Shanna, whatever she's called.
Yeah, Shanna.
I've forgotten her name. We're doing pie faces to each other, and Jim Ross replied to this. How come it can't be cake face? Why has it always got to be pie face? Some people like cake, I like cake.
I like cake. Fair play.
That's my Hall of Fame nomination. That quote from Jim Ross. I think it was Tony Schiavone said to him, "Calm down, Jim. Don't get too upset about cake." It was good, wasn't it? It was funny. Jim Ross, he's still got it when he wants it.
Same match.
We talk about stuff he likes. It's not wrestling, but cake. Ooh.
Same match. He says to Excalibur, "Can you explain to me about this space galaxy stuff?"
Yeah, that's how he goes, yes. Nothing.
No, he did.
No, he went like she was on a spaceship and it landed somewhere, and Jim Ross was like, "Right, that's enough."
She
now."
said, "Yeah."
Must be another bit then. Did you explain it and you went, yeah, and then saying it.
No, he says yes, and then he says, "Yeah, a spaceship crashed in Area 51." And then, as Ross says, Jim Ross just goes,
That's enough.
He said, do they have cake there?
Space cake.
Hey.
Weed. Smoke weed every day. What are you picking?
I'm going to pick Mr. Chris Brooks, who is leaving England and British wrestling for a bit. He's going to Japan for DDT. Oh, wait, it's different companies, isn't it? I might be wrong there. Anyway, he's not going to be in the country for a bit.
He's previously wrestled for DDT.
Yes,
so
he
maybe
has.
it is.
He also wrestles for no small Yoshi promotions. Anyway, it's getting boring here.
One of the Yoshi promotions.
Yeah, women's wrestling.
Yeah. Does he?
He keeps on showing up.
Oh,
The one
really?
where they have like a mat.
All right, fair enough.
He shows up and he's bigger than the
Gato Move, the one with the little window.
bigger than the building.
The one with the window. Gato Move. Yeah, that's weird. I don't understand that. But fair enough. Each to their own.
Shows up, he has to wrestle like that. Oh, it's the best. Anyway, my point is, Chris Brooks is leaving for a year. And he is, not just because he's a tall lad, but he's been the spine of so many companies and influencers in this area, be it Schadenfreude.
In this area?
Of the world.
Oh, yeah, got you.
Yeah, I mean...
He is a man of the world.
Yes.
Kevin Nash, the second coming.
Yeah, doing Schadenfreude, helping out Fight Club Pro and Attack Pro. Where else has he been? Dub X Dub. Like, he's been so influential in being like, hey, how about this style of wrestling? This kind of, hey, bit cool, doing the social media stuff and being so many like-minded people to have that type of thing. Where people who go to those shows don't necessarily enjoy wrestling WWE or maybe AEW, but they enjoy that cult aspect to it. Tuesday Night Graps being a thing to go, no, how about you come here? We don't have a pivot chair or MP4s or anything. You have to come here and see it live. If you don't see it live, so thank you, Chris Brooks, for having that side of things. If you get signed by WWE, that's it. It's done. Tapping out. So
I once accidentally reported that Chris Brooks was a target for WWE.
Did you?
Yeah, and then he crapped on me on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I said hi to him in person once and he blanked me. But hope you do well, mate. I hope you do well.
Yeah,
no worries.
You shared a tweet of me back at when I was at What Culture, and then you replied to that saying, I feel sick. I made him feel sick.
So
what was
Bit
it?
of a knobhead, really, isn't he?
I mean, from personal experience he is, but I'm sure
What was the tweet about?
he's nice to plenty of other
I
people.
don't know.
though.
I think I made a reference to you before I sort of knew you, and you were like, "Oh, why are you saying this?" I think it was the table thing. I mentioned it. There was WCPW, and I used to cover that, and he replied to that saying, "I feel sick," just because of the sight of me. So seems like a thrilling chap. I don't care really.
But Jack, what do you think? Chris Brooks? He was mean to me as well. Oh, Christ.
He wasn't mean to me. He just ignored me. I thought he was Angelico out of the corner of my eye.
Oh,
and I know Angelico. So I just
went up to him and called him Angelico after a thought he was going to do.
I didn't go.
Blanked me for some reason.
I didn't go. Oh, you're right, Angelico, mate. I didn't say that. I just went. Oh, you're right, because I'll call him eye. Tall bloke, fringe. I was like, there's Angelico. I've met him before.
Yeah, it could be me brother.
And I went, oh, you're right, Angelico. I didn't say Angelico. I went, oh, you're right. And he just went.
You totally did call him.
And I was like, I
No,
did
you
not.
asked him,
I did not
"Are you
call him.
Angelico?"
Do your dubs? Do your dance? Do that? No, didn't. But I like Lycos. Anyway.
And all I did, Maffew, was shout in a really unbearable manner, and he said it made him feel sick.
maybe out of head.
Personal attack.
But yes, he's done a lot for the British wrestling scene.
He was very
He's done a
tired
lot.
the days he met you from carrying so many different
He's
companies
done a
on
lot.
his large
I'll give him that. He's done a lot. Fair play to him. I hope he does well in Japan. There we go.
On stays there.
No,
Out of your hair.
I'm not even saying that at all. Anyway,
So yeah, thank you, Chris Brooks.
yeah, cheers, mate.
He is the Corbyn to my Meltzer.
Do you have any wrestlers who proper hate you and made it clear?
Probably.
Yeah, Chris Brooks.
Yeah, Chris
Apart from,
Brooks.
apart from
Feel
Mr.
sick.
Chris Brooks, Senior. Is
No,
there anyone
I
else?
don't know. I don't think so. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Oh, but no arch nemesis. We know Billy Ostrich whipped you that one time, but
Yeah, but he's
Billy Ostrich.
Billy Ostrich.
it's what people call him online to get around the fact that he's vanity searching.
No, he's always been sound with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't think of
I've
anyone.
never really had a bad experience with a wrestler. I should have, but I haven't. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So wait, Chris Brooks is the one?
Yeah.
God. All right, what's yours? Pick us up.
Chris Brooks. I'm going right. I've been watching some old shows recently because I'm working on one of those big ranked videos. I won't spoil what it is, but it'll be going out in the near future. So I've been watching a lot of old matches that I haven't watched either ever or for a long time. And I was watching the opening match of whichever one, you know, when Ice-T comes out with Godfather and
2000.
he goes, grab your bitches.
He gets no pop whatsoever because no one's recognised or remembered all the lyrics from WF Aggression.
Yeah.
So it's just, he realises the only cheer if he says bitch.
So
he yells it like 3 times.
in that match, right, and it's someone that I know that Ross has mentioned is underrated before, and I have as well, and I think it's finally time to give him recognition. It's Bull Buchanan.
Oh, he stole WrestleMania 2000 in that opening
At
match.
one point,
Yeah, but when we seen the rest of the show, it was petty theft.
he gets whipped towards the corner by either D'Lo or Godfather, can't remember.
Yeah.
Like Shelton Benjamin, single leap onto the top rope, turns round, clothesline. I was like, and I know he's a heel, but there's barely any pop. If Ospreay did that today, everyone would be gifting it for like weeks and weeks. It was amazing, and he's huge. And then he does another thing. He does like a massive axe kick, like better than Booker T's. I know that's sacrilege. I know. Well, maybe not as good as Booker T's.
Or G.I. Bro, for that matter,
And
who
then
returned last week.
I think he finishes it off with just this monstrous top rope leg drop, and it's just amazing. Bull Buchanan.
Yeah, that was the one thing he had going for him, was that
No.
ability to jump up and...
He was
do
great.
that.
It must be absolutely gutting when you've got the physical attributes of a Bull Buchanan, but you got no crack whatsoever. How heartbreaking must that be? Because he had four big chances. Yeah, he was in the... What's he called? With
Bossman, Right to Censor,
yeah, military
John
fellas.
Cena, B Squared.
And military fellas. Truth Commission.
Wait, no. Was he in the Truth Commission?
Oh, he was in the
he
Truth
was,
Commission.
wasn't
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he Sniper?
That was his first one, wasn't it?
It was Kurgan,
Kurgan.
Buchanan,
Sniper.
and then the other ones.
I can't remember.
I can't remember the rest.
Retcon.
Couldn't say
Sorry,
them were in
Survivors.
camouflage.
Yeah. Yeah, and there were the Truth Commission, which was to investigate like apartheid crimes, but they were clearly not investigating.
Yeah.
They were clearly whatever. Sounds cool.
That was uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay, so are you nominating Bull Buchanan?
I am.
Okay.
Or B Squared for the John Cena fans out there.
Just list all the names.
What was his thing? He shout
Can't remember.
like was it like word?
Oh, good.
So it was
Good.
like one thing he yelled and that was it.
Good.
I'm trying to think. I'm actually thinking like who's going to win next week on those because
Ross.
yeah,
It's Jim Ross.
Yeah, but not many people like Jim Ross anymore.
But he's the most
But they
famous.
like cake.
He's the most famous one out of Bull Buchanan, Chris Brooks, and Jim Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna at Chris Brooks when this comes out.
I'm sure lots of people
He'll
will.
watch all of it
Yeah, yeah.
on that Japanese Wi-Fi. And you know what he'll do? He'll go to patreon.com/Cultaholic so he can vote for it.
God, you're a professional these days.
I will say, I want to tell a positive story about Chris Brooks to balance it out. Didn't he want to save you from being Twitter hacked?
Yes, he did.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I forget the actual number, but it was something like, sleep like this. I wake up and I have my phone on airplane mode, but I have the alarm, so whatever. It's easy to get in the clock. Switch off airplane mode. You have 77 missed calls. What? And it was all from Chris Brooks, who'd made me aware that I'd been Twitter hacked.
Fair play.
That's nice.
That was nice. What have you done that we haven't done? Why are you
Haven't made him feel
Why
sick.
are you likable?
Well, what you see is I take
I
the
mistakenly
absolute
reported something.
worst moments of wrestlers' matches that they work very hard to do. They get themselves ready. They go to the gym. They look after each other. They get themselves booked on a show after kissing ass for months. And then they get one thing wrong in a match where they get 20 things right. I highlight that.
I know.
And put,
Yeah.
music
So,
over it. And they love that.
I know how.
They like
it
that.
makes no sense at all.
It's a weird thing. I'm not going to try and psychoanalyze anybody, but with wrestlers, there is this thing where if you go, "Oh, how you doing? I like you. You're so good." They're like, "Yeah." But if you talk to them, and you say something like, "Yeah, that was good, man. You were off there." They almost like it that you confront them.
It's almost like Schadenfreude.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling. Ha!
This week in wrestling, SmackDown. Oh, Carmella
We're
is
never
the
happy
guest.
to talk about SmackDown.
Can't forget it exists. Carmella is the guest on A Moment of Bliss. She says Bayley has changed ever since Sasha Banks came back. Bayley comes out and says she's pitied Carmella since NXT.
Because they were friends.
That's right. Carmella is angry, and wants to have their title match right now. Bayley wins, using the ropes for leverage. But Naomi saves the day afterwards.
So it's going to be Naomi's being the one being built up then.
I think it was always the way. I think people were confused when the four-way was won by Carmella.
Okay,
That's what people get a push. But it's like, yeah, it's a long way to go until WrestleMania.
Yeah, I like the surprise aspect of Carmella winning.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, we learned that Alexa Bliss's celebrity crush is Brad Pitt.
Oh, well, fair enough.
As
Yeah.
Michael Cole couldn't work out from what Nikki Cross said. Brad Pitt.
Yeah, they like everybody can't do their accent. Okay. Hogan is here via satellite.
Goldberg.
Wow.
They've advertised Goldberg for this week's show, so what's that going to be? Is that via satellite or will he actually be there? Who knows? Tune into SmackDown to find out. That's the most exciting thing heading into this week's SmackDown, apart from Carmella.
Yeah. Hogan here via satellite and says, if my demands aren't met, brother, I'll blow up all the Earth volcanoes.
Wait, what's that from?
I just made up something.
Okay, right, never mind.
Wyatt interrupts and mocks him, saying there's always room for one more on his wall. Yeah.
I can't wait, for the Hall of Fame now. That's what they were building to, a big showdown confrontation between Hulk Hogan and The Fiend.
But I don't know, there's just nothing you can really mock Hogan with. He hasn't done anything in the news lately.
Yeah.
Ziggler crashes Mandy's date with Otis.
No. They say it, Chief. No. No, fam.
I can't even.
I've never been as angry, legitimately pissed off at watching wrestling in a very long time. A very long time. Not just because it's Dolph Ziggler taking away something from Otis, who stands for all the fat lads out there who like wrestling. He's our god. But the concept of a date between Otis and Mandy, you could have that go for half an hour and people would not be fed up. And it was over in 30 seconds. And Ziggler was the guy they gave all the heat to. A man who's died many times over the past 5 years. His character has anyway. SummerSlam last year springs to mind. But heartbroken.
Will it not lead to better things down the line?
Hopefully, Jack. I'm just doing that wrestling fan thing of not letting things play out. But as we sit here right now, from what we've seen, I am irate.
I'm worried because in the history of these sort of angles, the lovable loser never wins. Zack Ryder didn't win.
Otis will be pushed off a stage on a stretcher. We've done the wheelchair. Let's move on to a stretcher.
2 wheelchairs. They'll manage it.
It's going to be really bad. I can't see this. If Otis wins, that's brilliant. He's not going to win.
But why Ziggler, though? I know he put his foot in the fruitcake for some reason, but why Ziggler? Why not somebody else? Build somebody else. Not
Angel Garza. Oh, he's on Raw.
Yeah.
But he would have worked.
I would have been less furious at Angel Garza because at least it's good. You know, with Ziggler, it's not going anywhere, is it?
That's it. So you have to tune in
Who would
every
have
week
been,
to see if she realises. If it's Angel Garza's like, I was like, you know what?
Who would have been the funniest person? Big E.
Michael
just
Cole.
Sat there gyrating.
Michael Cole going. And then she said Brad Pitt, and I laughed at her.
Just Michael Cole calling her sexy like he called Lacey Evans sexy a few weeks ago. Oh.
Well, how did he do it?
It's just like, she is the southern sexy Southland Belle.
She is the ultra likable person, as you can tell, because we're calling her likable on commentary.
I think Otis he needs to get his own back. I don't know if he will.
Dave Benson.
I'm going to gunge you at WrestleMania, Dolph.
Oh,
anyway,
dear.
Get
your own back. I've just realised what I said there. Right.
I missed off the Phillips. Throws you when people do.
No.
Miz and Morrison take on Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Corbin is watching from the crowd. He bought a ticket. Hey, wait a minute. The babyfaces win, but Corbin jumps Roman to close the show in the feud that will not die.
They're in a steel cage in Saudi Arabia.
Cool, leave them there. Turn the lights off, gone somewhere else.
Oh. It's not their fault. I'm sure they want to feud with new people. It's not their fault.
No,
Dave
Meltzer's fault.
I don't want to be called a cancer upon the business. I'm scared.
Do you reckon they're backstage to Vince going, we really like having the wrestling together, Vince?
Maybe.
Let's do it forever.
I bet they're good
I
friends.
think they're going, please don't be able to. The ratings are through the roof.
He calls him Football Tom, didn't he? That's the thing we learned a few weeks ago. Reigns calls Corbin Football Tom, even though Roman's Football Joe, when you think about that. I'm sure we talked about this before.
Yeah. Because Corbin used to be a football guy, like Roman.
Oh, right,
and he calls
the NFL
him,
thing.
And his real name's Tom, so they call him Football Tom.
Cool. XFL Tom soon. On Raw, Randy Orton absolutely destroys Matt Hardy multiple times.
Brilliant.
As the rest of the roster are like, you all right? You've seen that game last night between the Panthers?
Well, just that was security as well.
No one's there.
Come out for much less. No one was there. Shame on Everett, Washington as well. Chanting, we want more time and laughing. Horrible. Horrible.
That kid.
There was
kid
a
in
crying
the crowd.
Yeah, the one kid.
They finally got the reaction shot they've been looking for.
Good on him.
They had to kill Matt Hardy to get the shot.
To be fair, I thought that Matt and Orton were really, really good in this.
Yeah.
Despite the lack of security.
That kid wasn't watching that. He was distracted. He was watching the Otis bit on SmackDown. But, yeah, this was great. And the build up to WrestleMania, all Randy Orton needs to do is kill Matt Hardy every single week. And they'll be fine.
Who's he wrestling then? Is Edge going to come back?
Yeah, Matt's fighting on behalf of Edge, isn't he? Because they're brothers from the ladders and whatnot.
So is Edge going to come back and face Randy at WrestleMania?
I mean, it'd be really awkward if he doesn't. And Matt's in the hospital. Oh, thanks a lot, Edge.
Do you reckon, Matt, we'll give you a WrestleMania match if you do this with Randy Orton. And then all of a sudden, whoop, Edge is back. Sorry. Damn.
Wouldn't be the...
Put banana peels outside of Edge's thing. Oh, Edge can't make it.
Vicky runs out. He's here. Edge.
Drew McIntyre hypes up the crowd and talks about the chances of winning at WrestleMania. He's interrupted by Heyman, who introduces Brock. Oh, don't be silly. It's all a lie. Brock isn't here. MVP comes out for a match with Drew, which Drew wins very quickly. And MVP gets a good line about, oh, you're telling jokes? What do you think you are, Billy Connolly?
Fantastic.
Yes.
It's like,
Best thing
that's nice.
best thing he ever did.
Yeah.
I liked. I'm not going to cheap shot you like you cheap shot me last week, but media cheap shot.
And this was after MVP retired on Twitter from last week, and then showed up on Raw, and then tweeted out, "Hey, I'm gonna keep on showing up if they pay me."
Yeah. Fair.
I think that's all they need to do now. It's like, I'll just be going then. It's just a one-shot deal. Hello, Cody Rhodes. How would you like a new contract? How does main event of WWE main event sound the MVP? Becky Lynch cuts a promo on Shayna Baszler. Oh, this was nice. She threw the money in the ring, preemptively paying a fine. Oh, what she's going to do? She gets her hands on Shayna.
Was this heelish?
Wasting their money, wasn't she? The law doesn't apply to Becky Lynch, the woman who got the ambulance and drove it through town with the sirens on.
That's what she meant. It's like, this money is for the hospital. I'm really sorry, guys.
I thought she had some really good lines in it. Actually, sorry, I'll let you finish talking about it.
Shayna appears on the Tron via satellite. Her and Hogan went fitty-fitty on that. And says she'll win the Elimination Chamber and face Becky at Mania. She'll the competition.
Yes.
And then she said a very rude word.
Yeah.
Which didn't go censored. Which didn't go on.
Which
wasn't censored.
English is tough. She said it and no one bleeped it. There we go. Yeah?
I thought there was some good lines in this. Like, Becky said she'd run through everyone in the women's division because she had to, but now she's going after Shayna because she wants to. Oh, that was good. And then Shayna went, I'm going to win the Elimination Chamber because it's in a cage, and I used to be a cage fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how UFC works.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the person in the chamber?
Imagine Joe Rogan commentating over that. That'd be brilliant.
Young Jamie. You keep calling Richard Young Richard. Like he's Young Jamie.
Well, because well, I don't know if it'll happen, but we've been talking about maybe trying out doing a live podcast. That's his,
Ooh.
Like this.
So Richard would be.
I like that.
It would be a disaster.
It would be.
That's
what I mean. No, that's what I mean. We're thinking about it, but I doubt it'll happen. But if we did, Richard would be the young Jamie. If we were like, pull it up, young
Pull
Richard.
that up.
Oh,
The best one. Well, he'd be the second best one-handed Googler in the world, Richard Tubman, because young Jamie is the best one-handed Googler, as everyone knows.
Young Richard, who I think is older than us.
No, I think he's younger than us, isn't he?
Richard.
Richard, Google how old you are.
How old are you?
What's your age?
How old are you? How old are you, Richard? You can hear
Richard.
Here he comes. How old are you? 26.
What? You're younger? Oh, man.
He's younger.
Fair play.
See you later, young Richard.
Bye, Richard. He is young Richard. There we go.
That's why he gets paid less.
The beard fooled me.
Seth is now fully delusional.
Sorry.
Seth is now fully delusional, straight edge society style. He cuts a long sermon about eradicating the weak from WWE. He used to do that every year after WrestleMania, remember? The Viking Raiders run down and beat up the baddies. Rollins bails to the ramp and is surprised by Owens, who gives him a stunner. Later on in the main event, Owens and the Raiders beat Murphy and AOP via DQ after Rollins interferes, and the baddies beat down Owens, but the Street Profits make the save.
Yeah. It got a mixed response, this. A lot of people said the sermon went on too long. But he's really good at it. He's good at being a heel. Much better than he is being a face.
Yeah.
And then the match was good, but it's the same combination of people we've seen for the past few weeks now. So it was all right.
Yeah,
I think we need to take a step back and have a go at Rollins for stealing someone else's gimmick.
Oh, no, not this.
Have you
heard
seen
about
this week?
Oh, wait for this.
Remember Abraham?
I was going to try and get you to tell the story and then not mention it. It's all right.
Go on, tell the story. Don't mention it. He doesn't know.
Did you know who he was going to...
Abraham Washington. You said it.
Do you remember him? Yeah.
I remember him,
Aye.
but what? Wait.
Go on.
Abraham Washington thinks Seth Rollins stole his gimmick.
Yeah.
Because he's got a YouTube channel now, and he does sort of like
Right.
he's accused the Fiend because when the Firefly Funhouse sometimes does like a news-based, newsy presenter-ish shtick. He does that on YouTube, and he's accused the Fiend of stealing that. And the Preacher stuff he apparently does somewhere as well.
Or he pitched that to WWE.
Yeah, sorry.
He pitched the idea of doing a sermon and having the religious iconography around, and now that Rollins is using it years later, he thinks that's been stolen. So Abraham Washington thinks he's invented
Every gimmick.
gimmicks. Yeah.
Forget about Saturday Night Live, which
I was
they
gonna say,
literally parried in
news.
The Fiend bit was making fun of the Street Profits, making fun of Saturday Night Live. Yeah, Saturday Night Live, that little known show in America. What was it he said? The sermon, which he never did on WTV.
But he
has
pitched
a YouTube show.
He pitched it to them backstage
He
once.
pitched a sermon.
And he's revealed this on his YouTube show, I think. Or has he said it somewhere? And it's similar to what he does on
I
his
think
YouTube
he's on his
show?
YouTube.
First of all, Heyman did this similar shtick in ECW on Sci-Fi in 2006. just before he left, he was like, I am the savior of the program. I'm here to save you all from the horror that is hell. And Big Show. That worked out all right. And it's not exactly the most revolutionary thing in the world. Is he taking credit for knock-knock jokes as well?
I mean, he's achieved his goal.
Abraham Washington.
He's achieved his goal because we're sat here speaking about him.
Oh, no. Podcasting. I'm going to that.
I like, to get off just that for a second, I liked Rollins coming down the entrance ramp and shaking hands with people as if he's like the vicar welcoming people to the church. It was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like heel Rollins a lot.
They are really going with he does look a bit like Jesus.
And he talks like a gentleman, like you imagined.
And he laughs evil, like Jesus.
We don't know how Jesus laughed. Might have done.
Be great if that was
I'll feed you.
Mate, that was a great feed of the 5,000,
Yeah.
Jesus. I love it when a pun comes together.
He comes back to life.
Hey, honey, miss me?
Oh, dear.
AEW Dynamite.
I just
Complaints for this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just flew in from Nazareth, and boy, are my arms tired.
Oh, Jack. It's the way I tell him.
He also said he was going to crucify Owens, but then that's when the Street Profits ran in.
Oh, aye.
Probably for the best.
No.
Took a drastic that crucifixion.
He's got it mixed up because Jesus got crucified, man, Seth. But he said he's not. He said sermon's a big word, but it was the top brass, it was the higher ups who named it that. It wasn't me, which I thought was good because he thinks he's Jesus. It's brilliant. Yeah. Sorry.
AEW Dynamite. That was a really good point.
This was a mint episode of Dynamite.
I liked it.
Whack.
It could have done with more evil, cackling Jesus, but that was the only complaint I have.
He was in the ring last week, though, wasn't he?
Yes,
Oh,
he was.
God.
Scooby-Doo.
You remember that famous other character from the Bible, Scooby-Doo? Tag team #1 contender battle. Sadly, Jesus and Scooby-Doo
Battle
eliminated
Royal.
during the dark match part of that. But the Young Bucks won after Matt had to survive most of the match himself.
And he murdered a man.
Yes,
Oh,
he did.
good God.
What a sell.
Sammy Guevara with the JFK. Always nice to see. Dark Order paid to recruit Cena.
What?
Back into the left.
Back.
isn't it?
Oh, I see you.
President's head. Go anyway. And wait, what?
What?
Raven.
Yeah, do you not see Raven?
ECW Raven.
Yeah. So
Where
you
was
know
he?
what? Right, so
Is he supposed to be there?
you know when the Dark Order came out and distracted SCU and went,
I didn't watch the episode.
We saw a nameless blonde man in the flesh
So-
for the first time.
yeah. So SCU were winning.
Uh-huh.
Dark Order come out to ringside and distract them on the
Yeah,
mic.
yeah.
Where's Christopher Daniels? He's our friend now. They get eliminated. Then the Dark Order get eliminated. And then Scorpio Sky's still really annoyed, so he dives onto Grayson in the
Yeah.
crowd. And as they're brawling, Raven's just sat next to them on a chair in
But
the
the
crowd.
commentators don't mention it. It's subtle, Maffew. It's subtle.
I hope he's not the dude.
I think it's a red
I
herring.
mean, he was the voice used in that promo a few weeks ago when the Exalted One was speaking, but it was like
was he?
it was someone pitch shifted it. It was Raven. I can't forget who it was on Twitter, but someone did it.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they're gonna make you think it's him until it's Matt Hardy.
That's cool.
I love all the times Raven's been booked to do like tours and how to do wrestling in the Northeast, and it's just not happened because everyone's became aware of how effing annoying he is to deal with. There's all these stories about the drive along in every shop he sees. Can we stop in and get food? So cool. Moxie beats Jeff Cobb in his debut. That's right, and it has to rely on his cunning to do so because Jeff Cobb big.
Yeah, I thought that was a good way because it was a bit of a lose-lose because you don't want Cobb to lose on his debut, but he can't beat Moxley.
Yeah, I
so
thought
it was a
good-
nice way of
Good, like got the what do you call it? Snap pinfall.
yeah.
Yeah.
Flash
That's it.
Flash
Crackle.
pinfall. Pop.
Pop.
Pinfall.
Pop came after.
The Inner Circle beat down Moxie after the match. That was good.
Nice.
Dustin Rhodes tries to save him, but there's too many. So Darby Allin returns with his skateboard
And a thing on his neck.
and a
Is
thing
that
on his
real?
neck.
Was it real?
What was the thing?
Well, it's after
Like a mark,
Sammy
the
Guevara
mark.
smashed him.
But it's still. Is it looked gnarly. Credit, not to me. Credit to the if it was fake, like
Yeah.
credit to the people who made that thing.
Yeah, fair
I just thought it looked really realistic.
Nah, he
And
was
added to
He
it.
was doing horse with a Mandrew. So. But yeah, that was good to see. Great pop there. Omega and Hangman beat the Lucha Brothers in a great tag match. And it really was. Some crazy new falls here. See, I like it. Everything in order. Young Bucks came out afterwards to help Kenny to his feet, but Hangman is having none of that.
Went in the crowd and drank.
Yeah, so he's elite Wolfpack. He's not elite Hollywood.
Yeah.
Got that right. Okay.
I can't wait for that match. It's going to be really good. Think of the story. telling in
I
that
think
match.
they'll win, and then he'll just hit with a clothesline anyway.
Oh.
He's accidentally done
I
twice
want
now.
them to. I like how Hangman no one was behind him when he was being built up as the first champion, possibly, and then he lost to Jericho. And since he's gone off the deep end and just started drinking and
They
being
rebuilt him really
since
well.
he's been an arsehole, everyone's like, go on,
Relatable content.
yeah. Because some people are annoyed by the Bucks and the Elite, and it's nice to, okay. Yeah.
Cody beats Wardlow in a steel cage match after moonsaulting off the top. Thought this
I love this.
Way over delivered.
This was amazing.
Loads of blood, foot outside spots of Arn, MJF, and Brandy. All lovely stuff. And the fact that the cage went outside the ring.
I love the new
so it's just
design.
kinda like slam, like Vinnie Jones.
It was such a good match, and it was only like 10 minutes, but everything was for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Good on Wardlow as well, because I'd never seen him wrestle before, but he's more than just a big, as I said before, fee, fi, fo, fum fella.
He did a swanton.
Yeah, he does an F10. Take that, Brock Lesnar.
That was mint. I loved it. Honestly, loved it. I thought this was amazing.
You can tell he'd been eating this cake. So, this was a cracking episode of AEW Dynamite.
Was that a pay-per-view? I thought I was watching a pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then next week we've got Omega versus Pac.
You know,
Some
Iron
other
Man,
stuff.
yeah.
And then it's Revolution.
If they do a promo package where he's in front of a BMW car, I saw it happening 2 nights ago.
Oh,
Whereabouts?
I don't know what it's called, but you go out here, take a left, cross the road, and then you go down the hill, and you go along, and it's just like not as far as Metro Radio, just before, and there's like a bridge. I don't know what it's called. Massive bridge, train bridge. It was under there, and there was a fella. He was in a tracksuit, but he had straggly hair. It was about maybe 100 yards.
This could be anything.
I know, it could be anything. It could be anything. But what I saw was a BMW parked on the road under the bridge, and a fella in a tracksuit and long hair, like talking.
Oh.
And then there was a guy like under him, like that, shooting upwards.
Oh, you've seen it?
And I don't know if it might be something else. It could be something completely different. But if they do
It was
that,
either Pac or it was a Little Big shooting the latest music video.
Or someone, some clip goes viral of some like absolute scruff corner.
I know.
Come on!
Yeah, well, BMW.
on.
I went down to Whole Foods and got some new alloys. Look at them.
Ow, I got any leeches for this. Anyway, NXT, which I did not see, but I'll read these results out and pretend I have. Jordan Devlin retains the Cruiserweight title over Leo Rush. A good opener.
Good opener. Probably the best match on the card.
Okay. Austin Theory comes out, but Ciampa interrupts to go promo about Gargano's betrayal. Is that what we're calling it now, Ciampa? All right. Theory tries to attack, but Ciampa batters him and leaves.
Yeah, it made Austin Theory look like a bit of a punk bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, but
It's all right. If he's going to follow the SmackDown logic, he'll call himself Punk Bitch next week.
Embrace who he is.
That's right. The Broserweights arrive. New tag champs. Riddle says they partied too hard, bro. And the Dusty Classic trophy failed its wellness test.
Yeah.
God, they're really on the nose there, aren't they, with some of these things?
Yeah.
They beat Lorcan and Birch in a tag team match.
Good match, but not as good as you'd think. It was good, but you'd expect if that was on a takeover, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't have as much time.
And then Velveteen Dream beats Roddy Strong.
It was a good
in
match
that I thought
again.
they were going to have.
It was a good match again,
takeover.
but this should have been. It should also, I know you can't put every feud on a takeover, but
What was the crowd reception like for Dream? Because I follow
'Cause he's
that
an
man.
arsehole.
I follow that man on Twitter, and I strongly dislike him for how he's going about this. Leave the man's family alone.
yeah,
The poor innocent child and his lovely wife. She might not be lovely.
she's one of the horsewomen.
But he's definitely been the heel, hasn't he? The way he's going about it.
I can't remember what the crowd response was.
You couldn't tell because Velveteen Dream did go, meh.
Yeah, Jesus.
But I'm surprised. They usually have NXT, basically the undercard from the dark matches, from the previous takeover. But this is all new.
Yeah,
Until it's the NXT USA Network era.
yeah. No, do you think that Charlotte's going to win the belt then? To give it a bit of a boost.
No.
Okay.
Wait, Charlotte win the NXT title?
Because she's fighting for it, isn't she? WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Surely,
No.
I know Charlotte's not exactly, nearing the end, but surely they've got to put the old rocket straps on Rhea Ripley, surely. And
Right,
that's-
well, Ross
You
said.
think? Yeah.
Rocket
I
strap.
really can't call it though.
But no one's going to want to see that. No one's going to go, hooray, Charlotte overcome the overrated NXT dudes or anything like that. It's going to be, yay, the up-and-comer kind of
It should
underdogs
be.
are going to beat
Oh,
the established.
Yeah, it
whatever you wanna
totally
see
should be. But then she beat Asuka at Mania, and everyone went, "Oh,
Yeah, people love that.
I don't know. I don't think. Not every result at WrestleMania is going to be one that people love. Like Miz lost to Shane, and shouldn't have.
What about that?
Yeah, falls count anyway.
I forgot who won that.
Because Miz did the big superplex off the platform,
and then Shane
just
pinned
went,
him.
Shane pinned him.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Miz never got his revenge.
No, he didn't. He got made a tit of again in a cage, didn't he?
Yeah, because
Shane slipped out of his
fell out of
shirt.
his t-shirt. That was that really annoying pay-per-view where there was so many referee mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah, some were deliberate.
It was
one
like a
were
shoulder
not.
up.
There were
Shane
counting
was-
submissions inside the cage.
Yeah.
Shane was allowed to get a rope break, but
breaks,
Miz
yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
And the crowd are like, hang on, we've been watching wrestling for all at once, chanting. And what else happened in wrestling? Oh, Game Changer Wrestling.
Okay.
Finally had their Nick Gage versus Ricky Shane Page match.
Okay.
Ricky Shane Page able to retain his title. He's one of the most hated guys in wrestling right now. He retained after help from everybody, from Gregory Iron to the San Francisco 49ers, everyone else who ran in. And the crowd were like, boo! And just bottled him and his guys who couldn't find any more bottles. They threw glass and then they threw chairs. And obviously it's like, oh, that must be really harsh for him. That really sucks. But at the same time, it's like, whoa, that looks so cool.
Tom likes him.
Ricky Shane Page?
Yeah, because he had a match at North. He had a title match.
Yes, he did.
Tom got the crowd to chant Ricky as a Geordie.
Yes.
Tom
likes doing that. Tom likes doing the honorary Geordie thing,
Yeah.
which I think is nice because he's like, well, if I do it, then that means I'm one.
You're a
you like-
Midlander, Tom, from the Midlands.
You're a minute to Harry. He's like, would you like some water? Try it again. Would you like some water? There you go, Tom. Well done. And that was it for the wrestling.
Yeah, I can't think of much else. Oh! Ospreay's the British heavyweight champion. He beat Zack in a match that I haven't watched yet, but I'm going to before Wrestlers of the Week because apparently it was insane.
I heard very good things about Rev Pro.
Yeah, me too. Because
You know why?
Michael Oku beat Phantasmo as well for the junior belt. What was why?
And La Parka versus Eddie Kingston happened.
God.
And then La Parka and Mad Kurt, they danced together afterwards.
He did that thing. Yep.
That's all I want from wrestling.
Cool. Glad for Kurt.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember meeting him via you, and he was about to be in the Super J Cup and then got injured before his match. And we were like,
Ooh, yeah,
but no,
I
yeah,
forgot.
but he's got now, but now his stock's higher than it was then, wasn't it? To be fair.
Me and wrestling memes himself, Tom Anstey, he was like, hey, you're injured. Yeah, it was going to be my big thing and being Super J and Liger. Oh, that's a shame. Do you want to do a parallel with us? Oh, yeah, sure, looks good. It was un-effing believable. It was recorded. I don't think it's ever been released. Literally everything went wrong because the guy who was using the system, I think he says, oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I've not used it before, but I've read the manual. It kept on playing audio. Everything was looping. We're like, on stage there. And Curtis Chapman's like, he'd only been in the business 4 years, but we set him 6 years back. Anyway, that was the week in wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Now it's time to have a look in the mailbag. Hello, Maffew, Jack and Ross. Recently, I've been rewatching old WWE/WWF pay-per-views, you know, when they changed their name. And I scrolled to Armageddon 2006. I instantly remembered this was the match that Joey Mercury's nose was bukkakied. They've actually typed that and I've actually read it. Or broken
There we go.
by a ladder seesaw.
That was brutal.
Oh, that poor guy.
Yeah.
I watched this pay-per-view live in 2006. I would have been 11. This moment stood out to me for its absolute brutality, even if it wasn't intended to do so. So, my question for you boys is, what moment in W/WF history do you remember from your childhood that really stood out to you and why? Thanks for all the great content. Lawrence from Birmingham, big up 0121. I assume that's the area code.
0121. It's like ours is 0191.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. 0191's better. Thanks for your question, though.
Better
Mate.
area
Cheers.
code. So, any moments, because I've got one.
Go on.
I can't remember what tape they showed it on, because I didn't see, primetime wrestling or out like that. When Jake the Snake Roberts was feuding with Macho Man Randy Savage, this Tuesday in Texas, it was the build-up to that. Decided to attack him after a match, get his snake, tie him up the ropes, and have the snake bite in on the arms repeatedly. And they kept on doing that and cutting to, like, the kids, the crowd going, ah! Like, blood stewing from there. And then Jake apparently realized, like, all right, enough snake, enough. The snake, like, I ain't done eating. It's like, all right. Like, trying to,
Yeah.
kayfabe snake, kayfabe, and eventually got him off. Yeah, that sticks with you as a kid.
I can imagine.
Good times, though.
I was lucky enough to be about 7 or 8 when the Attitude Era, when it was like 2000. And so wrestling was like, everyone at school talked about wrestling and stuff, which is probably why I became a fan. And I remember the Armageddon 2000, the 6-man Hell in a Cell match. And I remember the hype for that being unbelievable because everyone was like, well, who's going to win? It's Austin, Triple H, Triple H, Angle, Taker, Rikishi. One more. Austin, Triple H, Angle, Rikishi,
The
Rock, of course. And we were like, well, who's possibly going to win this? And then I remember the hype for it more than the fallout, actually, but it was one where everyone just couldn't wait to see who won that match. I think it was Angle in the end, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Oh, that's not who anyone wanted to win.
But what do you remember from that match?
The cars, brawling on the cars and stuff in the entrance. Oh, Rikishi falling off the thing. Right, sorry, yeah. Was it that one with the cars as well in the entrance? Like a scrapyard kind of effect?
Yeah, because they had the last man standing match with Jericho and Kane, and he was like...
all the barrels. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
But yeah.
Realistic looking as that.
But obviously, yeah, Rikishi taking the scary bum.
Good times.
God. Why would he do that?
Money. What have you got for us, Ross?
I think mine's from maybe the year 2000. It was SmackDown, and it was a sort of a women's hardcore match between Tori and Ivory. And Ivory, I think it was Ivory, gets an iron, and it's on.
Oh.
And she goes tss on Tori's back. And the noise, the sizzle, has stayed with me forever.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, the iron was on, actually on. It wasn't on. Just post-production, I think.
Did steam
but
come
still,
out?
I don't think so. But the noise of just sizzle on skin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stevie Aaron for Mike going...
Because later on, I burnt my thumb with a car cigarette lighter. And I went through something.
You want to see what it was?
I didn't know what it was. I picked it up and went, oof. Held it down for a second or two. My big white blister thing. I had no idea what it was. I was about 9 or 10, maybe.
After that match.
What's this? Whoa! Ah!
Oh.
Had to go to a party and just sit with my thumb in a pint of Coke for the entire time.
Yeah.
Terrifying. But that iron was horrible.
Cool.
Good.
Grim.
Good answers.
Good answers there.
Good traumatic answers. We like to see us. Howdy there, Diddley boys. That must have been done before, hasn't it?
Diddley
It's good
boy,
that. The
yeah.
Diddley boys. I recently attended TakeOver Portland. Oh, no. Over the weekend, and it goes without saying that the show was fantastic.
Thought it was.
That being said, one of my biggest highlights happened after the show had ended. After Johnny Diddler betrayed Ciampa, and all was said and done, and the Era had made their way to the back, Ciampa was sitting there defeated in the ring. The music had cut. Neville was given the polite, "You did your best," soft claps.
I know what you mean.
It was pretty quiet in the arena when one dude started screaming a one-man, "You deserve it" chant. Well, it was, as you would say, mint. So my question is, I apologise for the wording, especially with Maffew reading it, but what was a moment you saw at a live show or picked up on while watching a broadcast that cracked you up? It can be anything from something a fan yelled out to a certain reaction that caught your eye. Thanks as always for the lovely content. I've been a fan since the Name Redacted days, and you guys genuinely make my day with your consistent content. Much love from Phil McCracken, over in Jack's favourite hip-hop scene, the California West Coast. Okay, that was a pretty good email.
They know how to
I wish you
party.
could argue many of the points you said about me, but I'll probably stumble over my words and prove his point. So, I've got one. I forget which tour it was, but it was at the arena, house show. Big Show and Kane defending their tag titles, maybe the undisputed ones, against Nexus. That's right. And I can tell they were really taking it seriously, because just look at them and go, all right, okay, it's going to be a tough match, this. Woof. But Big Show, I think during the match, actually said he saw the woman going around going, "Anyone popcorn, sweeties?" or like that. And Big Show on the apron went, "Yeah, here." Here. And the woman was clearly just like, "I don't care. Wrestling smash." She was like, "Ugh," like this. And she's just like, people are going, "Look, Big Show wants your attention." She's like, "Who?" that lad over there. Huh? And then she's like, "Go on." It's like, "Oh, Vince will pay for it," or whatever, you know. She's like, "All right, gets it." She throws him. Barely got over the barrier.
What did she throw him?
Oh, I don't know, like a bag of Revels.
Oh, right, okay.
Something like that. It's like, nowhere near the apron. Didn't even try. Didn't even shout Kobe. She did it.
Did
like
he
that.
even get
And
it?
then Big Show, they go, "Oh, crowd, boo." I'm just trying to make a living. So Big Show, like, was annoyed that he had to get off the apron, go down, get them, and go either, and then defend the tag titles against whoever Nexus was that night.
That's good.
So I remember that one.
I've got two ones really recent, and I know it wasn't live. I was watching it. Just that I told you about it, the one where the Lucha Bros are in that tag match in Dynamite, and he tags him inside the ring, and just that guy in the front row just going, "What?" It's really funny. The other one, similar to you, as a house show in Newcastle, and AJ Styles was the heel defending the belt in the main event, and he dived through the ropes and like went too close to the barrier and like kind of nudged this security woman. And she seemed to have been telling off the kids quite a lot. You know, when like at a house show when the kids all run up to get a high five, and she was really annoyed at them for that. She kept being like, "Get back in your seats." And he nudged this woman by accident on the dive. She was just like, "What's going on here?" Because she was facing the other way. And then next time he came round, he just gave her a kiss on the cheek. She was not happy about it. It's quite funny. I'm not condoning not condoning non-consensual touching of any kind, but it was kind of harmless from AJ. I don't think he wasn't in a seedy way.
Just keep on.
Yeah, I'm scared now. You know what? No, I hated that moment and I wasn't entertained by it.
That's a spirit, lad.
Oh,
sorry.
Bloody hell.
So Ross? I'll give you a kiss afterwards. Ross, what you got?
Mine's WrestleMania 32, the New Day's entrance. What you saw on camera was the big box toppling over. And then them running out the box as if they were living in there or something. What you didn't see was them all scampering around the side to the hole in the other end of the box and then just walking through the box. But just the way the Big E especially just like was sort of skipping out the stage and then awkwardly going through this box was a fantastic moment.
Just as good as watching that on TV, whatever. Was it the network? Yeah, it was the network. Whatever, the laptop at my friend's house and seeing them come out dressed as Dragon Ball Z characters.
Yeah.
And Michael going, "What do you mean you know who they are? It's obvious they're the Saiyans from Planet Namek." I'm like, what? Who told him that? Who fed him that line?
Xavier Woods probably did.
Yeah, clearly. Don't you know that? They said it so well. I was like, yes, Michael.
They did some sort of pose.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Another one that cracked me, but in a wounded sense, was Bret Hart at Double or Nothing last year.
Oh my God.
Oh. He's unveiled the title and he's walking back up, and they had obviously the split ramp.
The kayfabe entrance.
And he just went.
And he couldn't decide which one to go down.
So he went straight behind the screen in the middle, and then and you saw him fall, and good God.
We thought he was dead.
It was a good 10, 20 feet maybe. No, maybe not 20 feet, maybe 10, but
still. I remember checking Twitter for updates, like, has anyone seen Bret Hart just nearly...
Yeah.
Because he was trying to get away from... What's his name in the
Jack Whitehall.
Jack Whitehall.
He went, "Hey, can I get a photo?" Oh, I'll fake a dive.
Hi.
I was confused because I was looking for the second rope. Hello, gentlemen.
Anymore? You had a litany of Bret Hart jokes there.
My favourite wrestler of all time was mocking fall on his ass. And that was a month after, also, was it?
It was shortly after he recovered, yeah.
Yeah, from getting attacked at the WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, I thought you meant from cancer as well. He'd only just recovered from recently. He had a really bad few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless him.
To say the least.
God. Hope he's doing all right now.
Yeah. Hello, gentlemen. Hello. WWE is beginning to announce the inductees for the 2020 Hall of Fame. So my question scenario is this. You can put any wrestler, alive or dead, into the WWE Hall of Fame on the condition that you are the inductor. Who do you choose, and what would you include in your speech about them? Thank you for all the great content and the superb effort that yourselves and your colleagues put in each week to make it. Mike from Bognor Regis.
Thank you. What a place as well. Wow, yeah.
God, poor guy.
Oh, Mike.
So, any wrestler alive or dead, but we get to big them up.
I've got it. I've got an answer.
Go on.
Steve Blackman. I'm worried that he's not going to go in, right? Because I know that undercard guys have gone in before, like Coco Beware and stuff. But I'm worried that Steve's not going to make it, and he deserves to. And he was one of my favourites as a kid. And you know, when you're a kid and you don't really understand, wrestling seems a lot more fluid then. Like, anyone can make it to the top of the card. Anyone could be anyone on the day. That's what I thought about Steve Blackman. And I supported him like I was watching a football team. But he never really won.
One of the worst things is watching the Cultaholic Classic SmackDown review, me and Tom, is watching Steve Blackman wrestle. Because everyone like now, the internet's like, Steve Blackman, don't beat up JBL for real and all this, and he fights up 13 men as a trainer and all this, and you watch his matches, and it's just a dude.
No, it's not just a dude.
It's just a guy having these matches no one cares about.
That's not true. On my Desert Island Graps with Tom, and I hope he hasn't said anything hypocritical because he was on my side in that interview. Oh,
really?
I chose a Steve Blackman match for one of mine.
Tom Campbell's a snack.
I was saying I chose Blackman versus Albert for the hardcore belt on a SmackDown once because it's one of the first matches I ever remember.
Okay, right.
It was for sentimental reasons, but it was such a fun match. And I watched it back before I did the interview with Tom, and it was still fun.
Oh, the hardcore title run, maybe that's different.
He gets
because right now we're at 99.
Oh yeah.
So 99 Blackman is just me and my stick.
He's still got little sticks, but he's got the fire extinguisher. He's got the kendo stick. He obviously nearly murdered Shane at SummerSlam.
Him and Al Snow.
Well, that
Head
was
cheese.
that
Called
was
that woman a
down.
fat bitch.
On his TV
On his
show.
TV show, there's an advert, and there's a woman chucking something. I think it was something glass out the window at him, and he's like, "Come down here, you fat bitch!" I'll whip you."
Is it like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah, I think
right.
that's sort of.
That's
vibe.
what I want to see.
Whoa.
I'd induct Steve Blackman anyway, and I hope that he does get in the Hall of Fame one day, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What's Tom said like?
Well, right now we're at 99, so 99 Blackman's going to be different to 2000 Blackman.
Okay, it's all right then.
Because do you remember the Snow Blackman bits?
Yes,
Because there was like,
head
hey, we're
cheese.
going to get a gimmick for our team, which now I'm
It
thinking
was
about it's very based in
basically
reality.
it's basically the Broserweight.
Yeah. But like, hey, and they had this like, oh, it's also now sexy women. It's like, big fat women. And all this one goes, hey, why they call you the lethal weapon? And he goes, well, you'll never know. He just walks off. Ross, who would you induct?
I'm only saying this because Mark Henry sort of made it all right with his Hall of Fame speech a couple of years ago. Was it last year? Owen Hart. I'd just be like, I went Martha.
Yeah, fair enough.
I went Martha.
Yeah.
Let him in. Let us celebrate your husband.
Yeah.
Even though it's not my place to speak about that at all.
I do understand.
Mark Henry made it all right.
I do understand that she doesn't want why she wouldn't want to.
Yeah, of
But it
course I
would
do.
be nice to see Owen in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Fair enough. That was a very serious answer.
I know, it was
You should be, I went Martha.
I forgot that Mark Henry did that.
Yeah. That's the only reason I'm saying it. I wouldn't have said it if Mark Henry didn't open that
He did it in
floodgate.
quite a classy way.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
didn't
it was
he?
nice, yeah.
Fair.
Not like me. I went Martha.
Don't be shocked. Though.
Matthew, why would you get?
I
B.
think
Brian
it's only
Blair
fair
in the
that
Hall-
we induct, because he's still alive, don't have to kill him. Pac.
Oh, in the WWE
Geordie
Hall
Pac.
of Fame.
We I?
All right.
The greatest cruiserweight champion of all time.
Yeah. He's like, what's your speech gonna be? Geordie Racer. Geordie. Like, what would you do? Like, just be like, look how cool he is. It'd be like Bobby Heenan hyping up Lex Luger. Like, look at him.
Narcissus.
Look at him. Yeah.
I love that.
His
I
pecs
love-
are impeccable,
The
etc.
curtain comes down and he's crawling to get more of a look. Wow.
He's such an Adonis. It's like,
But
can't put him
Geordie,
over
though.
strong enough. It's like Vince watching the WBF. It's like, wow, got big legs. Like, guess what? He's from the area. And then, if he burnt my house down, it's like, had it coming.
Do you think he's going to beat Kenny next week?
I want to win every match he's ever in.
Okay.
I think he should, because Kenny should be focusing on the Young Bucks, should he not?
Yeah, he should.
Yeah. I think Hangman Page will try and help out.
Oh, and not.
And it won't. He'll try giving Pac some booze. And he won't realise it's actually White Stripe. And that
And it feels it.
that's accuracy to Pac.
White Stripe?
Did I say
White Lightning?
White Lightning.
Or Red Stripe? One of the two. Probably White Lightning.
No, he gives him a White Stripe album. And he goes, get in. Red Stripe.
Down
aye.
at World Headquarters.
No.
That's Red Stripe. Shut up, Ross.
Red Stripe. Did I say White Stripe? Oh,
Where do they do Red Stripe? In Rise. There you go.
Drinks, the hardest button to button. God.
Seven
That guy was
Nation
right.
Army, me. Yeah. Hotel Yorba. Can't think anymore.
Anyway, White Stripe, Red Stripe, who cares? You care.
I'm
Because you can
ready to
send-
go. Oh.
That's good, that.
Thank you.
You can send your lovely letters. Letters?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, sure. Send letters.
Write them
Via
on
email.
Write them on parchment.
You should be on CBBC, you.
Send your letters in.
Well, I have ambition to present Milkshake with Channel 5. Send in your letters and your postcards to a self-addressed envelope to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Reese's Pieces.
Yes. This is quickly becoming my.
I'm liking it as well.
This is quickly becoming my favorite segment. It's easy, and it means it's near the end of the podcast.
Because by this point we're all warmed up.
Yeah.
Howdy diddly, chaps. Sorry. Here's some random quickfire questions for you to answer on the podcast. A quick thank you for keeping me interested in the graps whilst I've been at uni. It's been a struggle to watch weekly wrestling with such a busy schedule, but thanks to your great content, I've never felt disconnected from the wonderful world of wrestling. Anyway,
No one's busy at uni.
there's a lot of White Stripe to drink. On with the questions. Crumpets or bagels?
Crumpets.
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 So English.
Oh, sorry. Again, fastest thought first. Gandalf or Dumbledore?
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
I say Gandalf for the sake of. Why do you hesitate?
Dumbledore!
Because Dumbledore was a bit of a knob towards the end.
I only say because that song.
Dumbledore.
Ron.
Hermione.
Ron
Hermione.
Weasley. Harry Potter, that's me. I'm not a fan of Harry Potter.
Harry
totally.
Potter. Oh, yeah.
I liked it as a kid, but it's weird when people like
You don't know
10 years later, people like, hey, Harry Potter, mate.
Kip Sabian. His finisher is called the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
It's a Harry Potter thing. He's one of those adult...
That's why it's not on AEW Dynamite every week. Legend Killer Orton or Unstable Headbutt Orton.
Sorry, repeat that. I missed the first bit.
I said Norfolk. I just said that's why he's not on AEW.
No, the
No,
first
the
bit of the
question, I missed
question.
Oh, sorry. Legend Killer Orton or Unstable Headbutting Orton.
Legend Killer.
Unstable.
Fastest.
Unstable Headbutting Orton. Legend Killer was good though. So good until he
Spitting
didn't beat
in Foley's
Undertaker.
face.
Until he couldn't beat Hogan after Hogan lost that match to his couch the week before. But then nearly shaven head, bald, like type Orton. That was something. That's what he was like.
Dreaming of Duff beer.
He's approaching that again now. He's similar
Yeah.
sort of evil. It's good.
Edge.
Bloody hell.
Prince William or Prince Harry?
Oh my. William, sorry.
Harry.
Harry, because he ran off. Mario or Luigi?
Mario.
Luigi.
I don't think jump higher, but...
Yeah, he's better on Super Mario Brothers 2. Do you know that Nintendo did that whole Year of Luigi thing? Like the games were like, oh, it's instead of Mario Tennis, it's Luigi Tennis. That isn't right.
Yeah.
I can't remember the real one. And they had a drop in sales that year. Like, oh, okay.
It's the Christian of the team, innit?
Yeah.
As in Edge and Christian.
Oh,
Sadly.
right.
Not religion. Back to that stuff
Not
again.
again, Ross. Come on. Why are you getting complaints? Straight Edge Society or Wyatt Family?
Straight Edge Society.
Yeah, Straight Edge Society.
Well, Wyatt Family. They
What a
won,
waste.
They won stuff.
What a waste, though.
Yeah. It was a waste.
Yeah.
Not the Wyatts, the Straight Edge
Yeah,
Society.
it's
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
They're both wasters. The big wasters. Scissor Sisters or The Darkness?
The Darkness.
The Darkness.
The Darkness. Come on.
He was on that mast thingy.
Oh, was he?
Sure, aye, Justin.
Oh, in that case, Scissor Sisters.
He was on there as well.
Oh,
The lead singer. I forgot his name.
all right.
I thought also Jake Shear, which I thought was brilliant.
Sheer.
He's called Shear, but he's from the Scissor Sisters.
Nice.
I've just spat everywhere.
That is ridiculous. It was worth spitting over that. Futurama, Simpsons, Family Guy, or South Park?
South Park.
Futurama.
Simpsons. Banks, Bailey, Becky, or Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Banks or Becky? Banks is more... Banks.
Yeah, Banks. Ronda or Shayna?
Ronda.
Shayna.
Shayna.
But
Ronda's got
both
nice
really
goats.
good, though.
She's got a farm with nice goats.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, well.
Just want to go around Ronda's farm and have a bit play with the goats and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't talk back though. West Ham or Millwall?
Up the Emmers. I
yeah.
don't know.
West Ham, I
West
suppose.
Ham, yeah.
Millwall got a better chance. Pool
No one
or-
likes us.
Exactly. No one likes us. No one likes
Likes
us.
us.
We don't
We don't
care.
care.
Very relatable. Pool or darts?
Pool.
Pool.
Pool to play, darts to watch.
Oh, fair.
Dick or Dom?
I thought that was going to go in a very different
The
direction.
correct answer
I mean, if no one knows the reference, I mean, people are like,
is
all right,
it's Dick.
Really?
why?
No, or is it Dom?
The little one.
The little one.
Dom.
Dom. Beg me pardon. Don't know. I always thought Dick was a bit too try hard.
I'll go for Dom as well, but I don't like either of them.
Dom, because I know a friend who's won. The Giant or the Big Show?
The Giant.
Big Show. I
Top rope moves.
found the Giant too cheesy. He's Andre's son in that Dungeon of Doom. Big Show.
Yeah, you know, the Big Show's done a lot, the Sheamus feud and everything else that I've loved, but nothing's going to top the Giant running over Hogan's motorcycle and going, laughing like a certain other guy with long hair.
He gets the shirt.
This was my dad's shirt. Hogan's like,
Your dad, Andre the Redacted. Euros or Olympics?
ooh.
Olympics.
Euros, but it's only just. If the World Cup was on there, it would be number one every time.
Of course.
Euros.
I'm going to say the Olympics.
Okay.
Back to the Future, 1, 2, or 3?
I haven't seen any of them.
One is a great film. Really
Oh, 2, easily.
Really? One's a classic.
2's so good.
One's so good.
I think I saw 2 first and watched 1. I'm like,
Right, that's why
2
I
does
know.
everything that the first one does way better.
No.
And no one's going to say 3, however.
Yeah.
Brian,
Is that the Wild West one?
It is the
Bollocks.
one with the train.
One with Hangman. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian winning the big one at WrestleMania 30 or Rollins cashing in at WrestleMania 31.
31.
30.
30. What a moment. Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Batman.
I tell you, after seeing Batman versus Superman for the first time, none of them. Have you seen that crap?
No.
Oh, mate. Nah, I say Batman. Winter, spring, summer, or autumn?
Winter.
Summer.
Winter, because I get to wear my big coat. Michaels versus Taker.
You are brave. I like your big coat.
Yes, everyone was sending me that this week.
He was on 8 out of 10 cats, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes, so happy. Any great?
Yeah.
Michaels versus Taker Hell in a Cell, or Foley versus Taker Hell in a Cell?
WrestleMania 28.
No, Foley. King
No,
of
I
the
believe
Ring.
he's referring to
Michael's Taker.
Bad Blood.
Oh, the first
97
one.
and King of the Ring 98.
When was the other one?
End of an era.
Oh,
no, it was Triple H.
Yeah, he was the ref though.
Oh,
He
Showmatch was
yeah,
there.
he
Yes,
was
so
there
that's-
as well.
Bad Blood 97.
Bad Blood 97, yeah.
King of the Ring.
They're both really good, but Bad Blood. Just because
for
that gave us
that blade job.
mid-air blade job, just because he could.
What day?
Who was it who pointed that out?
It was James. It was Dixon.
The
The dragon?
The good dragon.
Yeah, of course.
Good dragon. Kanye or Jay-Z?
Oh.
Um,
Jay-Z, because he's less controversial.
Kanye, because I like more of his songs.
So Kanye, in brackets, from like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I went to see him at the arena, me.
What?
When?
2008 or 9?
Yeah, okay.
Anton Ferdinand was there.
Was he? God, because he played for Sunderland at the
Yeah,
time,
he
didn't he?
did.
Yeah. I was thinking, why do you come up from London? Fair enough.
Ralph or Milhouse?
Ralph.
Millhouse.
And you're saying that and Sam's got a tattoo?
No, Sam would say Ralph, obviously.
Yeah, Ralph.
They're both
I find
good.
myself going between Ralph or Milhouse, depending on how much caffeine I've had.
A lot of people have been comparing Otis to Ralph after you can see the moment his heart breaks in two. Even though I chose a Millhouse, Tubman likes The Simpsons, and I think he'd go for Millhouse. He loves Millhouse. But
Do you want to shout on him?
Richard,
He's not at his desk.
Oh.
He's somewhere.
How good would it be if he's midway through a really heavy project? You have to ask him, what's up? Is the sound all right? Yeah.
to be fair,
Ralph or Milhouse?
the first moment that came to mind though was a Ralph one when they're on
go on.
the Lord of the Flies episode when he eats the berries and they're like, "How are they, Ralph?" And he's like, "They taste like burning."
Yeah.
It's really good, and you just hear him go.
Yeah, it's good, but Bloodhound Gang have a song that is made up just of Ralph Wiggum quotes. It's called Ralph. Mordecai or Kevin Thorne?
I'm a warning.
Mordecai.
Kevin Thorne.
God, do I have to pick one?
Yeah, it's the name of the game.
I know. They both sucked. Kevin Thorne, because at least he had, a woman with large patches of grass.
Whoa! what?
Lager, ale, or cider.
Whoa! Carry on.
Large patch? I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
It's a Monty Python thing. What do you mean you don't want to marry? She's got great patches of land.
Bloody hell.
Say line very well, but that's okay. Lager, ale, or cider?
Lager. Star of Prom, to be precise.
Lager or cider? Depends on the day, doesn't it? Depends on the day. Lager.
Cider. I like the taste of lager or ale.
Fair enough.
Scotland or Wales?
Scotland, because we beat them at everything. Edinburgh's nice.
Edinburgh is nice. I've only been to Wales once that I can think, and it was for a festival, and I had a good time there. So I'll say Wales.
Scotland. Look, for Boogie.
Oh, yeah.
Get it
Should
up,
have
yeah.
said Scotland for Jen, really, shouldn't I? Never mind.
Oh. I tell you, next time she comes down and parties hard until 6 p.m, she'll be giving you evil looks.
I'm assuming she's going to come down when ICW are down.
Oh, she'll be knackered because that's a late show. El Torito or Hornswoggle?
Torito.
Hornswoggle.
Oh, it could be Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
My man.
You know,
Need
man.
him. Some shots of whiskey.
Playboy.
Friggin' over
$900.
Oh,
on
did you hear
No,
on Raw?
$900 reduce.
Did you hear on Raw, by the way, that Mojo called Riddick Moss Playboy?
Yeah.
He threw him into the barrier and went, "How's that, Playboy?" And I thought,
calls
he
Adam
people
Pacitti.
Playboy, yeah. It's his word.
You
Call
call that
Riddick Boss Playboy.
No. Mojo once called Pacitti Playboy.
Yeah, I know that, but like...
And on Raw, he threw
Yeah.
him into the barrier and was a
that's-
taunt. He was like, "How do you like that, Playboy?"
term of endearment, isn't
So all the time, Pacini thought he was saying something nice to him.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like going, "How do you like that,
Oh,
sucker?"
no.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
No, I think it might
No
be
wonder
like
he's moved offices. He's crying in the next room. Oh, no.
it? That's the big news from
We're
this week,
friends, me
everybody.
and Mojo.
Oh, dear.
Sid Vicious or Psycho Sid?
Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious.
The master and ruler of the world.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Because he won at Survivor Series. All about Square Garden was booing supposed good guy Shawn Michaels. Tom and Jerry.
Is that the one where Jose Lothario had a heart attack? A fake heart attack?
No, he hit him. He hit him with a cat. He went, I'm going to hit you, Sean. No, I won't hit your dad instead.
I'm sure that's the event where Vince McMahon gets so excited during Michaels' entrance he starts speaking French.
Yes, that is the one.
He is the whatever, do, shower. Richard!
Oh, Richard.
Richard! He's back.
Richard.
Are we going to ask him?
Calm down, everybody.
Richard.
Your informed
Can
opinion.
you shut the door, please?
Ralph or Millhouse?
Oh.
That's a tough one.
I'll say Millhouse.
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 Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
Thanks.
Tom and Jerry or Scooby-Doo?
Tom and Jerry.
Scooby-Doo.
Tom and Jerry
any
kids.
day of the week.
Tom and Jerry
Classic
kids.
Tom and Jerry, like.
The Roderick Strong Velveteen Dream feud reminded me of Tom and Jerry a bit. Because even though Tom's the heel, sometimes Jerry's just a dick. And you feel bad for Tom.
I like how younger generations find really old stuff like Tom and Jerry, like the Bugs Bunny, Big Chungus.
Big Chungus, yeah.
Chungus. I don't know how to say it out loud. But like the thing with Tom and Jerry that goes around is when you've seen it when Tom rolls up as a cowboy.
Yeah.
And
That's the meme. They use that as a
no,
meme.
but the fact that people show that like a gif, it's
Oh, yeah,
I think it's
right.
really cool seeing like
Yeah.
really, cause that's like from what, the 50s, 60s?
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, that's cool. I relate to that cartoon cat. Just myself.
No.
And the biggie.
That was your best work, by the way. Relating to Tom and Jerry. That was it ECW?
Oh, yes.
The thing you did?
It's
your best work.
Thank you.
What an arsehole I am.
The only time Tony Schiavone like looked at me any love and affection was during that bit.
I liked your Key and Peele sketch where Obama's shaking hands with everyone and all the different wrestling sites. I was worried.
It was
I was worried where we would be.
Was that before or
No,
after
that
this
wasn't
podcast?
me. That wasn't me because that was.
Wait, that wasn't you.
No, I did the one because I ripped off someone else who was doing that for the Marvel films.
Yeah.
That's the one that went viral. So I'll do that with W looking at the pay-per-views coming up. It's like a big shake, big hug to Saudi Arabia, and it's like a polite handshake to Evolution. That's the satire. And then someone went, "Oh, that's good," and they did their own version, but it was
That wasn't you.
Yeah, I couldn't because Botchamania was in that.
Oh, right,
incredibly vain to do one about myself. Oof. But thank you for thinking I did it.
I think we were the
I'm
last.
so vain. I did a video about someone hugging it and going, "Aren't I great?"
I thought it was. I didn't realize Botchamania was in it. But yeah.
Yeah. And the biggie, Thomas from The Apprentice, or Keith.
Oh,
Great
my
pottery
God.
throwdown.
Keith Brymer Jones, I'll have you know. Fantastic, man. Keith all day long.
Oh, it's got to be Tommy's the Turtle's dad. Thomas.
I don't know who Thomas from The Apprentice is, but I know Tommy, dad
gotta
of
be-
Tommy the Turtle.
Got to be him.
Because you know what? You are brave.
You are brave.
And because I know you, so are you.
I'm so glad to be your friend because you are so brave.
I think if they put those on the market, I'm getting it.
Yeah. We've got to bring one in.
You're knackered puppet chat. Seriously. You don't do anything in these podcasts. Sit there doing whatever to yourself. Hope you enjoy, lads. Callum from Cheshire.
Cheers, Callum.
Callum, they were great. We really enjoy these, and you appear to enjoy sending them in.
That was a good one.
Thank you very much, Dennis Twaddle. If you have a Reese's Pieces, you can, of course, send them to us. You can send that to mailbag.com.
Mailbag@cultaholic.com. You were doing so well as well.
You know what? I saw Ross checking his phone. It
Sorry.
flew us off.
The irresponsible people in this office are just talking constantly on the messaging service, and my phone is going mental.
But they're having some bants, aren't they?
God.
You know, they definitely shouldn't have sent any stuff to mailbag.com.
What
the hell was that? That was awful.
Mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
Mailbag@cultaholic@mailbag.
98 notifications I've just got
What?
there from Slack.
Oh.
From 98?
Have you been hacked?
No, it's just all,
See, I'm going to check myself.
all the banter happening
Oh,
between
Christ.
the two offices.
So yesterday I quit my job. Bye.
Wow.
I'll talk to you later, Bill.
It's time for the big question.
Big question time, folks.
Is the big question from him. What do I do next? Help!
Can you hire me?
Oh,
Anyway.
I came up with this week's big question because I saw in the aftermath of the whole debate that you were a part of, the whole, are there too many near falls, too many kickouts and all
Okay.
that? I saw it spun off on Twitter into a bit of a separate debate about
Oh, God,
whether.
sorry.
So the big question this week is: was the Attitude Era overrated?
Yeah.
Oh,
When you look back now at some of the stuff that went down then, you just look through your hands a bit, don't you?
Some of the stuff, but I've got a counterpoint. I think that it was a time when wrestling was so charged with energy. Everything turned to gold.
Well, you look at the pros and cons of it.
Yeah.
Characters, then craps on now by some distance. There's wrestling characters, personas, stars.
Yeah.
I think it's a weird question because it's all about perception. At the time, a lot of people loved it when WWE were aiming their product at one audience, young males with money, and at that particular time, that was also symbolic of that time period. Everything was extreme with an X as opposed to an E, because your dad spells extreme with an E, and we're not your dad. We're cool. Everything was like that. The late '90s, early 2000s.
It was wrestling in South Park, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The amount of
wrestling,
South Park
South
references
Park.
on the Attitude Era shows is amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely. So people go, yeah, you have fond memories of what that was like back then. We're not getting that again. We're not getting that era. Times change, and some people like to look at things with rose-tinted glasses and go, wasn't it great when you were a kid and you'd blah, 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 Sky One Saturday morning.
Yeah, it
bag of
was.
That's the
popcorn,
thing, innit?
playing
It was great.
Pokemon. It's like, yeah, we're getting it mixed up. We're thinking about, wasn't it great being a kid and I had a nice life, la, la, la. It's like, yeah, people don't like the idea that the thing that you did and enjoyed changes and move on.
I don't want it. I'm not saying that I think it should be recreated, but I think it was good for what it was in some ways.
I agree with that.
Right, okay.
But it also doesn't help that WWE presents this as the most important time in the history of wrestling. It was for them because after a few years of being on their ass creatively and, well, figuratively, thanks to Bischoff, like, this was it. Nothing else matters after this period. It's only now, this year in 2020, they've started paying attention, bigging up the Ruthless Aggression era. Only because all the Attitude Era people, keep on going back to the Triple H's, the Shawn Michaelses, and everyone else, are gone. And indeed, only now are they forced to go up a few years.
Well, it's just so this publicly traded company now can show their investors and whatnot. Look at this other company we took down. Look at how impressive we are. Give us more money, please.
Right. So it's, awesome moments. Loads of stuff you can watch on Netflix.
I'm not downplaying. I just think when you look back at certain aspects of what it was, I think people look at it a bit too glowingly than it probably was.
Okay.
I agree with that, Ross.
Yeah.
I think the late 90s were very messy and slow, especially like the Russo stuff. But I think once it got to 2000, that's when it started to actually get really... 2000 was was that the brilliant year? Yeah.
Yes, because me and Tom will watch it now, and it's just as... Well, let me about to come up to 2000. It's just as Steph and Triple H get together.
Right.
Have we forgotten the name of that guy backstage again?
Chris Kresge.
Chris Kresge. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah. And it was like one of those times when... Because before that, you had like a lot of weird filler at the bottom of the card. But then once it got to 2000, it was that era, wasn't it, when everyone had a storyline and everyone felt important in a way. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Because we all do things like this. We go back and thought, oh, wasn't that great? But you're remembering the good bits.
Yeah.
You go try and watch a full episode of Raw 98, and what you remember, the beer bath, Kane versus Undertaker Inferno match, Vince McMahon versus Austin, yay! And you watch it, you're like, meat?
Golga.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like it's just a generational thing. That you ask people 10 years older than us, like, what's the best period of wrestling? They're saying like late 80s, aren't they? It just depends when you grew up.
And they go, oh, it was great. Hogan versus Andre, Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat. They turn on and goes, Dino Bravo. So it's like anything else. You remember the good bits and you forget the crap bits or the boring bits.
I wonder what Kenny McIntosh would say if he was here. Because he's not died. If he was if he was here in this room right now. Because he's a big Golden Era fan. And I wonder what he thinks of the Attitude Era.
He's keeping them paying the house.
I don't know if he's ever asked. I don't know if I've ever asked him what he thinks of the Attitude Era. I wonder.
Big Gravy said that's all crap.
Yeah. I thought that was a lot of shit. No, he swore there.
No, Kenny McIntosh loves wrestling.
Yeah, he
That's
does,
one
of
of his
course.
best qualities, his passion for it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he would focus on the highlights.
Fair enough.
Real highlights of the Attitude Era, just think off the top of your head.
Triple H and Mick Foley in that feud.
Oh,
The day it ended.
Yeah, at WrestleMania X7.
X7.
Brilliant.
yeah.
The TLC matches.
Kane.
Just Kane.
Just Kane.
Kane in general,
Kane
yeah.
with 97 and 99 when he got shredded and then sort of,
Did
my
you
favourite
enjoy
wrestler.
Tegan's chokeslam?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah. Lady Kane.
It's now kayfabe. Lady Kane.
And then she did a molly go round.
Yeah.
And then she got chokeslammed and it looked nasty. Oh. Anyway, What are your highlights of the Attitude Era?
Oh, stuff you just said.
The beer bar.
The Rock coming out and just making his entrance and just stood there on the ropes like that, like absorbing it all in like a sunflower absorbing.
Like a Bulbasaur.
like a Bulbasaur. Yes,
Like a
that's
Bulbasaur.
right. And just be like, look, I'm going to talk. Rocky. Oh, I better wait.
Yeah.
Every week. And me and my brother would chant, Rocky, Rocky, at the TV.
Yeah.
Good times.
Great times.
That's
Too
pretty
cool
good.
doing the dance with Rikishi.
Yes.
And every time Viscera would take a super kick, he'd spit out. Oh.
We're due fun in the trap ourselves now. Remember that?
Remember good old
I
days.
remember.
Pros and cons to every year, aren't there?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, there's aspects of today that are better than the Attitude Era. Who would have thought it? The wrestling.
There's way more kickouts. That's brilliant.
Yeah. But wrestling's great. It's fun.
The quality of wrestling is much better, of course.
Just, mix it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
Sometimes only have 17 kickouts.
And on that bombshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up. Drop the bombshell. Ross, it's been a magnificent podcast with yourself as always. Have you anything to plug or hype up that's come up in the
I
channel?
have an episode of Straight to Hell with Tama Tonga coming out on
my God.
Saturday and or Sunday.
That's going to be
How was he?
He was nice.
Did he mention any of us?
It wasn't as explosive as I was expecting because his son was in the room at the time.
Okay.
So, but he still made an appearance. It was nice.
Did he mention any of us?
Yeah, I spoke about King. He recognised.
Of course, Richard
recognised King
Richard
Richard.
was his favourite one.
King Richard.
He loved Richard.
Hey, I told Chris Brooks, he said he made me sick.
Oh dear.
He's a nice man. It was a nice talk.
Tom is brilliant.
And Jack, you've also been here.
I've already done my plugs at the start, but I'll go for this T-shirt that I'm wearing as well. Tenements, a band from Scotland, who sent me this. Thanks, Tenements.
But didn't you say that you preferred Wales over Scotland?
Oh!
No.
I changed it to Scotland for Jen.
Oh, I don't. Nah, Pachit will cut that out.
But if you are hanging out near the Welsh border, say Gloucestershire, check out the Frog and Fiddle in Cheltenham. Maffew, what have you got to plug?
Grapple. This fancy thing here. Because you couldn't see it last week because I had this big gay wizard coat on. So hopefully I'll make up for it. Sorry, Grapple. Look, Grapple. But if there's nothing else, thank you very much for watching and enduring all the way through to the very end. We hope you enjoy talking and listening to us as much as we have making up as we went along.
Yeah.
So please put your hands in the middle of the table. On a count of 3, turn them over and go join us. 1, 2, 3.
Join us. That was a really good closing speech, that.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's all coming together bit by bit. By the year 2025, this might actually be all right.
We're not around then.
We'll be deep.
We'll all be in call centres.
He's still recording?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
How long will we do this for? You get out of the way.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe, and don't forget, join us